Hey Chris, hope you're doing well, man. This is the video I said I'd record as a secondary follow-up, and I'm about to show you the results because I've actually imported this list that you're looking at right now into the WP Geo directory using the WP all import, which is what I've been using every time I've done an import. And on this occasion, it seems to have worked correctly as far as pulling in the lat longs and having the correct map being displayed. But just before I get into that, what I want to show you is I mentioned to you before the scraping tools that we're using are doing a hopeless job of finding the email address. I'm selecting deep email searches and everything, but nothing seems to work. And I'll just give you an example of what I mean. I did a scan for Sydney. Now, Sydney's got a population of over 5 million people. So it's a largely populated geographical area within Australia, within New South Wales, right? So what I did is I got a list of over 220 businesses from that scrape. Of the 220 businesses, only 60 had emails, right? So I had to go in and physically delete all the others that didn't have an email. And then once I ran this list through an email verification service like Neverbounce, I ended up with a list of only 32 that actually had a valid email that I could actually use. See, we need to be able to email these businesses. There's no point in having them in the directory if we can't email them. I mean, this is all about, cold emailing. Marketing strategy. So if we don't have an email, we don't want. There's no place. There's no reason to have that business in the directory and to be effectively trying to communicate with them, because it's not going to work, because the only method we're really using is cold email. So in saying that, what I'm asking you is there anything at all that we could do, or anything else I could try? Maybe even another scraping tool, because I don't think Lead Scrape's really that good, to be honest. Not as far as getting the email address is concerned. And for our intents and purposes here, we need to be able to get the emails. That's what we need. That is the primary number one thing. Anyway, so I've gone ahead, and just moving on from that, I've gone ahead and I've actually added in another column here with state, because I need to pull the state in as part of the the company page. I need that information in there. I've also gone in there, excuse me, and just changed out the category so that it fits the categories that I want to use, which are 3: landscaper, tree service, and excavator, right? So I've done that, and I've made sure that the lat long, there's no formatting in here, like no bolding. With the other imports that I did, I noticed that the lat long was still bolded. So I wondered if maybe that was playing a part in all this. I don't know, but anyway, I unbolded it and made sure that all the lat longs are in here, and everything else is in here. So what I then did is I went in and I imported the data, and I'll just go and show you the result of that. So if we scroll down here, you'll see that all these new entries in here are all from the ones I just did in that list, right? Which are about 32 of them. So if I go to read more for this one, which is top cut tree services, you'll see tree service in Sydney, New South Wales. This seems to be formatted correctly. Pull in all the data, and that is the correct map. That is an actual map of Sydney, New South Wales, right? So if we look at another one, and we go here, which is the tree cutting company. This is 18 Hannah Street in Sydney. And if we go in here, there you go, 18, see 16 to 24, Hannah Street. So it's correct. So from what I can tell, man, the importing of obviously the lat longs and the map creation seem to be working okay. And I don't know whether it had to do with maybe perhaps the formatting of the CSV file that I used. So here's another one, 9 Brentford Road, Wahronga, New South Wales. It's Wahronga, New South Wales, right? So anyway, that seems to be working okay at the moment, Chris. So I really, what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously be importing more. If I do have any more problems with that, I'm going to let you know. But if there's anything at all that you could recommend as far as getting the, importing the emails for these businesses, even if there's another scraping tool I need to try, I believe there's another one out there that seems to be pretty good as well. I might even give that a try because at the moment, I mean, if I can only get 30 from about 230, you can imagine by the time I've done Australia, I'll be lucky to have 200 or 300 listings in the directory. And ultimately, I'd like to have more because this is a numbers game, as you know. We need to be able to effectively reach out to as many businesses as we can. So if there's anything you can suggest around that, I'd certainly appreciate your input and be happy to work with you further. I hope that helps, man. Bye now.